Live from the Sayre Theater in Sayre, Pennsylvania, Choice FM proudly presents its signature community service event, the 41st Annual First Citizens Community Bank Scholarship Challenge. Presented by Simmons Rockwell Auto Dealerships on Choice 102. Here's your host, Chuck Carver.
Hey, we want to remind you to join us next Saturday at 10 and 2 for rounds 3 and 4 of Scholarship Challenge 21, live from Sayre Theater in Sayre, Pennsylvania. Participating teams will be Waverly, Athens Black, Spencer Van Etten, Loyalsock, brand new this year, Northeast Bradford, North Rome Christian, Sayre, Towanda, Wellsboro, and that's it. That's the field for next time.
And I'm going to steal your mic.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay, go ahead.
Play like that.
Go ahead.
All right.
Actually, I brought one.
Oh, that's even
For
better.
us, in case we needed one.
He's got
That's
a mic.
even
You
better.
didn't think that we would let you just follow your script all the way to the end, right? I mean, you didn't think that it was going to
Was
be
kind of hoping. Yeah.
unemotional and easy.
Here we go.
There's a... See, it's getting
See, it's
emotional
getting
for me.
emotional for us too. See?
We really appreciate this opportunity. It means so much to me and Irene and our family and the community. And we were talking about it earlier. I don't think it's supposed to be so easy to buy and sell any business, let alone a federally regulated pair of licenses. But this last year, 1 year ago from now, Irene and I were sitting at home listening to Scholarship Challenge for the very first time, hearing it and learning what it was all about. And now, a year later, we're here on stage with you being trained to move it forward. And while you've tried throughout today and leading up to today to tell us that this will be your last day hosting it, we certainly hope that that's not necessarily the case, although we understand that might be the way you feel right now. We want you to know, seriously, that you are welcome back to host this program anytime you want.
I'm thinking 2040.
I understand that.
2040.
Hopefully sooner, and I think a few people agree with us. And that brings us to a little bit of business as well. There's something that Choice 102, and if Sherry, you could come out here. There's something that Choice 102 has done for a very long time, and that is something called the Individual of the Year Award. And when you own the radio station and give out the award, it's probably inappropriate to give it to yourself. But since you've gone and sold the radio station to us, it is now in good conscience for us to name Charles C. Carver Jr. the Individual of the Year for 2020, marking, correct me if I'm wrong, 44 years in broadcasting, and all of them spent at WATS and WAVR.
I couldn't get a job anywhere else. My nose is running.
We also have some flowers for Mrs. Carver because, as Irene and I know, the job of a radio station owning wife is equally, if not more difficult than the person who owns the radio station themselves. So this radio station would not be what it is today without the both of you, and we want to thank you as the new owners and as community members and as your friends.
Damn, that's hard to follow.
And I did mine without a script.
Yeah.
You've been reading a script all day.
I've been reading a script for 44 years, pal. That's how that works. You have no idea what that means. Read that.
What do you want me to read?
You do that. I can't talk after that.
I can't read your handwriting.
All right. Thank you so much. We have loved every minute. So, according to the script, we know that Tioga and Newark Valley have qualified for the March 13th finals of Scholarship Challenge. Be here before we know it. As runner-up today, Troy has earned $250 for its school. Let's spend some time with Kelsey Herman. This is pretty cool, Kelsey, that your kids performed so well, and I know you're proud of them. What's your message as you head back to Troy with a little bit of cash and gas money for the Trojans?
Well, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to compete despite everything that is going on in our world today. It definitely was a bright spot. especially with everything that's happening. So thank you so much for the opportunity, and congratulations to Newark Valley.
Thank you, Kelsey. Now let's chat with, and Tina, you had the presentation, so I should send you to the microphone and ask you to make that officially.
Yes, I would like to make sure that Troy receives this today as a runner-up. Fantastic job. Wasn't that a great round?
Yeah.
It was just a great round. And Mr. Citizen of the Year, there couldn't have been a better choice. Thank you so much for all you've done, and I know will continue to do as you stay in touch with us. Thank you.
I'll be here. Oh, thank you. My face is running. Now let's chat with Brittany Doherty. She coaches the Newark Valley Cardinals. Were you confident coming in? Did you know that these? And you only had 3. You were outnumbered.
Yes, we
but
were
you
outnumbered.
outnumbered the other schools on the scoreboard. Were you pretty confident coming in? Because you know these kids.
Oh, yeah. We have a great team. I was very confident. We talked about it last night when we found out 2 of our members were quarantined, and we said as long as their families were comfortable with coming, we were coming. We were ready, and we were just so psyched to be here. And what a momentous day to win on your day of Individual of the Year, Chuck. It's such an honor.
Thank you. You're a little bit far away from our transmitter site. Is there enough excitement in those outlying areas that, if you live in the valley, you hear about this to the point where you're sick of it. But sometimes you get further away from our transmitter site. I wonder how famous these kids are going to become Monday morning at school.
Oh, I'll make sure they're famous. But now that WEBO is involved, I know it's going to be that much more
Certainly.
famous out in our area. So it's very exciting.
Wonderful. Well, good luck in 2 weeks. I'll certainly be listening.
Oh, thank you so much, Chuck, and thank you, everybody. It's wonderful.
We want to thank you for taking the scholarship challenge with us today. Thank the Radigans for everything, really. As it says here, and it's easy for me to read. Until next time, for all of us at Choice Radio, thanks for helping us celebrate the power of thought and the magic of the emotional mind. You're the best, man.
Well, there you have that. Talk about tough to follow. It's 6:46. That's Chuck Carver in his final broadcast of Scholarship Challenge, heard maybe 12 weeks ago here on Choice 102. And it is my unfortunate duty to share with you the news this morning that we here at Choice 102 learned late last night of the passing of the voice of the Valley. Chuck Carver passed away unexpectedly last night near his home in Lidditz, Pennsylvania, where he retired to about a year ago with his wife, Michelle, so that they could be closer to their boys, Kevin and Jeff, who are adults now and married off. Kevin and Becca, Jeff and Gail, each have one son apiece, Chase and Jordan, who are far and above the apple of Chuck's eye. And he did spend this last year of his retirement enjoying the company of his wife and sons and daughters-in-laws and grandsons. And that's what life is all about. Working hard and playing hard and getting to spend time with your family. And Chuck worked hard for 44 years for the opportunity to do that. That was cut far too short by everyone's estimation. We received word from Sherry, our station manager, who received word from Mike Shaw last night, who received word from Michelle. The news got out quickly. It's been on Facebook since last night. Mike Shaw posted it first, and I guess we were probably going to hold a little bit. But since Mike put it out already, and we spoke with Todd, and we messaged with Michelle, who I'll speak to a little bit later today, she's just shattered and just in complete shock and disbelief, like we all are. My name is Dave, and with me is my wife Irene, and we're two people that Chuck finally met after 15 years of working across town from one another. We came from up the street in Owego, where we have WEBO. And in December of 2019, Chuck sent me an email to the wrong email address.
Go figure.
To try to get my attention to see if we were interested in growing because he was interested in retiring. And I never got that email. And I sent him an email a week or two later because someone told me that he was thinking about retiring and that maybe I should reach out. And so I reached out from the correct email address. He had an old one for me, and sure enough, he wrote back and shared that he was thinking about retiring and wanted to know if we had any interest in coming to the Valley. And the rest, I guess, is history. But after 15 years of competing against one another, not knowing each other, not knowing a thing about each other, we didn't know anything about him. He didn't know anything about us. We just knew that he was the other guy, and he just knew that we were the other guys. But starting from those emails, I would say 2 meetings, only about 6 phone calls, and about 10,000 emails later, we had everything figured out, and he and we had made fast friends. And all of a sudden, there was a succession plan for his baby, Choice 102, after 44 years of hard work, being a station owner, business owner, covering the news stories of the Valley, sports, being athletic director over at the Sayre School District for a period of time, being associate pastor or pastor, I'm not sure, at his church in Willawanna, where he was scheduled to come back to this weekend for a wedding Saturday, and then to be a guest
pastor, right?
Sermonist.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know
what terminology is.
That's really his world more than it is mine. Mine's I know Chuck, from his radio world, but there's so many other facets that I don't know, that so many other people do. So first and foremost, it's with the deepest regret that we tell you that Chuck Carver passed away unexpectedly last night. He wasn't feeling well yesterday afternoon. They decided he should be seen at an emergency room, where he was seen at an emergency room, where they said, we believe he's having a heart attack. We don't know how far advanced it was or when it happened, if it happened there or earlier or what. All we know is that in the end, despite best efforts, there was nothing more that could be done. Michelle, Kevin, Jeff, Becca, Gail, Chase, and Jordan are, in Kevin's words, shattered, because none of us expected to lose Chuck so soon after his retirement. There were a lot of big plans to do this and do that, and spend time and holidays and Memorial Days together. And
come back up here and get lots and lots of hot dogs from Ted Clark's, and then go back down there again and continue to spend time with family and friends.
It's a complete shock to all of us here at the radio station. We are devastated and sad. Shared a few good cries last night and woke up and had a good one this morning, and are fighting one off right now. And we don't feel like we've been here long enough for this to be our place. This is just his place. It's still his place, and in many ways it always will be. And we're just happy to be here and continue his good work and serve the Valley. Our doors open this morning if anybody wants to come in and share some Chuck stories. I know that might feel weird or strange or hard to do, but we know there are so many people that know him, and so many people that have funny stories that they want to share, and we would like to hear them here at Choice 102. This has been his platform, his stage for decades, and
he's a storyteller, and I think that this is a part of his story that should be shared. It's 6:54. We will bring you an update at 7 o'clock about Chuck. And we'll be back with you to share more and talk more in just a little bit here on Choice 102.